Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's a dog with you on a Monday, the 15th of April, 2019, T-2. Today, my buddy Jon Lamanna is going to be rocking the place, giving us a couple of songs from his wonderful voice. We're going to get that in a little bit. But also, I want to say happy birthday to my mom today, April 15th. She's up in heaven. I'm sure she's going to get her favorite piece of cake. Also, I have a quick comment about Jerry Klingerman. I have never had a bigger response than giving him a 38 rating out of top 40 security guards at Del Lago. He's not happy, and I'll tell Jerry why he's not going to change his 38 status. We're going to have a lot of fun today. Welcome to Weber This Week. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Yes, a little miserable Monday, huh? Good day to take a nap. I think I might do that when I get home in a little while. Well, we thank you for joining us. As I mentioned before, today with Jon Lamanna. Then next week we have a hour-long finale as I bring back the old broadcast team. We're going to plug that a couple times during the show. That'll be Dave Barnick from Ovid, Jack DiPaolo from Clyde. I was able to hire those guys back in the 70s and 80s to help me do sports. And, of course, Greg Cotterill, who graduated from gym school, Syracuse University, joined us in 1980. And, of course, Joe Hawk, we're trying to find Joe. We're looking for Joe Hawk. He used to be our stat guy, so everybody knows where Joe is. The finale's next week at 3 o'clock. We're going to do an hour show reminiscing about all of the times we had covering hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of basketball and football broadcasts, lacrosse, and a whole lot more. Well, before I get to John, Jerry Klingerman's story last week when I was giving my rating about my best friends at Del Lago in the security department, there's 140. Of course, as I mentioned, I don't work second and third shift. But I ranked Jerry 38th out of my top 40 friends. Now that, as John's laughing, it's not a great rating. I get that. I could have gave him 39 or 40, but I didn't. So, Jerry, I'm sorry. I've thought about your request to get a lower rating, and I'm not going to give that to you. But I will say a couple of areas where I'd give you a great rating, and that is a great smile. You have a wonderful smile, Jerry. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give you a 9 for that. And on the teeth, you have excellent teeth, by the way. I'm going to give you a 10. But as far as your friendship at Del Lago and the security department, you're still going to remain number 38. So, and I only got one more show to do after today, and I'm sorry I won't bring up your name next week in our finale. Without further ado, it's good to bring back a good buddy of mine, Jon Lamanna, who was here a couple of months ago. John, thanks for coming in, bud.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
John, let's talk about your health. I know that on Facebook you had some surgery on your back. Give our viewers and your fan club a little update on how you're doing.
Well, things are a lot better than the last time I was here. It was right around the time when it got hurt. Mm-hmm. I think it was December. I had a herniated disc in my lower back at the L5 area, for those that are familiar with that. Mm-hmm. L5S1, to be technical. Anyway, I had a herniated disc there. I had surgery February 25th to take a piece of the disc out. And since then, I've just been kind of laying around and, just trying to get better, trying to do what the doctors say, but also pushing myself and just playing music and writing music. And
in your early stages of your age, when you were younger, did you notice you had a back issue, or when did that prop up that you realized you had some issues in the backside of it?
It's been off and on for probably about 20 years.
Really?
I've been playing, up until this happened, I've been playing touch football with a bunch of guys,
sure,
local guys, for literally 20 years.
Wow. And
my lower back will get sore after we play. But as I got older and older, it got harder and harder to manage the pain. It was 3-4 days after we play, I would still be when I went to reach for something or whatever. So and then mid-December we played and something happened. I was running away from somebody and something happened, and I knew
it was time.
It was serious. Yeah.
Surgery time. Yeah.
Father Time knocks on the door and says, "Stop playing football."
That's kind of funny. Well, it's good news is we get your schedule on your upcoming gigs every week. Did you post them, or every month? You're back into playing, and how's it going? Pretty good?
It's going really well. I've just picked up 2 or 3 new venues this week. Summer's really, really stacked already. I got tons of performances, all kinds of cool waterfront venues, and which I love. Mm-hmm. Playing in the summer, at places like Wolfie's.
Sure.
I just absolutely love it. So I'm looking forward to it and being, in full physical strength to be able to do it as well.
Well, you folks that are watching the Weber Show today, the second to the last one, I got to tell you that Jon has a great voice. It's unique, and he puts his whole effort into it. And we're going to be having him perform a couple of songs during the broadcast today. And Jon, when did you take the love for music, and what age did you realize or get a little small guitar? Maybe your parents gave you a little guitar at Christmas time or whatever you thought. How did that all start with you?
That's exactly what happened.
Really?
Probably about 10 or 11 maybe. I heard Guns N' Roses for the first time, and that kind of just blew my mind because they were just like nothing else, just so aggressive and just raw talent, and went from that to, I was always into rock and metal, so I went from that into like Metallica. That was when I decided I needed a guitar, so I begged my grandmother and my mom and my dad, and I don't remember how old I was. I think I was like 14 or 15 by the time I got one. It was like the one you order from the JCPenney catalog.
Right.
JCPenney catalog. Anyway, never took any lessons, just kind of banged on it, and then one day my neighbor's boyfriend came over. He was a metal guy with long hair and everything. He had the whole thing. He came down and he was like, "Hey, I see you play guitar." And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, what can you do?" So I showed him my attempt.
Right.
And he was like, "You didn't even have this tuned right. Let me show you how to do it." So he showed me how to tune it, and he showed me how to play a couple power chords. And from there, it was like a light went off. Wow, why didn't I take lessons? So then I started picking up as much knowledge as I could from anybody that I jammed with, right through high school up until, you're always learning as a musician. You're always trying to develop new skills. So.
What was Jon Lamanna's mood when you did your first gig that you got paid for? What was you were obviously nervous, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
So you didn't want to disappoint the audience, and I'm assuming with your talent it went off okay, but was there apprehension leading up to your first gig?
I don't remember the one I don't remember the one I got paid for first, because that took a long time.
Yeah, that's okay.
For a very long time, it was just, hey, I'm excited to be in front of people. But the very first time I ever sang in front of people was at a talent show at the Waterloo Middle School. The singer of our band couldn't make it, and the guys I was playing the song with nominated me to sing. And I don't even know that we rehearsed it with me singing. We just got up there, and the curtain opened, and there was... That auditorium holds 800 people, and it was full.
Wow.
And I don't know what it was. Something just kind of...
clicked.
Yeah, it was my moment. Either you have it or you don't. And it just came out of me. It was really cool.
I use a famous line, you can't make chicken salad without the chicken, okay?
Exactly.
You got to have something.
Yeah.
Well, you certainly done a great job, and as we approach 10 after 3, why don't you strum that guitar and give us an intro about what you're gonna perform in our first. We're gonna have a couple of songs from Jon. We're gonna do one now, and then we'll take a commercial break, and then we'll come back and have a few comments about other issues, and then we'll get Jon to play a farewell song leaving the studio. Go ahead, Jon. Tell us what you're going to be doing.
Awesome. I just started doing this song. I'm just going to do a couple verses and choruses of it because it's there's actually 5 in the actual song. To be totally truthful, I don't know who first wrote this song. I first heard it, Jeff Buckley's version. It's a song called Hallelujah. Very well-known song.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Jeff Buckley kind of made it famous. So he's the inspiration for me for doing the song. I just think it's beautiful.
Have at it.
So.
The fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift. The baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. that you needed proof. Saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty and the moonlight overthrew you. Well, she tied you to her kitchen chair, she broke your throne and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah.
Jon Lamanna, baby, live on the Weber Show. It's 15th of April, 2019. We are thrilled to have him here, and that's outstanding. We're going to treat you folks that are viewing the show today for another song before we close out our program today. Let's take a break now and pay homage to the great sponsors that have made this show possible for so many years. Check them out. Del Lago Resort and Casino has something for everyone. 2,000 slot machines, 99 gaming tables, The Vine featuring top national music and comedy acts, the dining options, the Great Portico by Fabio Viviani, the Farmers Market Buffet, the Sociale Cafe and Bar, and the 14,000 square foot European-style spa. Del Lago offers massages, body treatments, and facials, plus a full-service salon. Visit DelLagoResort.com for more information. Cayuga Lake National Bank, offices in Union Springs and Aurora, a fine sponsor of mine for over 35 years. Great staffing at Cayuga Lake National Bank. Check them out. DA's Liquor on Bridge Street in Seneca Falls. Amy Padula and her team will find the right spirit for you every time. When you stop in, tell Amy the dog sent you. By the way, the Padula family has been a sponsor of mine for 33 years. Bostrom Farms is a butcher shop focused on providing fresh, local meat to the Finger Lakes region. The retail store is located on Routes 5 and 20 in Stanley. They offer a full that you can feel real good about. Buying food for your family should be fun. At Bostrom Farms, we put the fun and trust back into buying meat. The McGee Diner, located off New York State Thruway, exit 41. The McGee Diner has earned their reputation and support their community. As an EPA inspector once said, their operation is head and shoulders above the rest. The Child Advocacy Center of the Finger Lakes is a child-friendly location where allegations of physical or sexual abuse are responded to by a multidisciplinary team of professionals. The team works together to conduct a thorough investigation and to provide necessary support services to children and their non-offending caregivers with a goal of minimizing further trauma to a child. The Newark Pilots are the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League, a minor league team with a major league ballpark. Season ticket packages available at NewarkPilots.com. The Omen Theater on William Street in Lyons. See what's playing this week at theomentheater.com, a fine sponsor of Weber This Week. The Wilson Press in Seneca Falls. My good pal Rich Rickey and his team can handle all of your printing and mailing needs. Visit them online at wpress.com. Welcome back, everybody. It's a dog back after our commercial break. By the way, one of our sponsors is Cicino's. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's Cicino's way. It's the Italian way. Obviously, the locations are great. It's Waterloo, New York, Geneva, New York, and out at Del Lago Resort Casino. Sal and Kimberly Franzone, along with Caitlin, and a host of other great people out there. Support staffs are phenomenal, so check them out. Cicino's, Waterloo, Geneva, and Del Lago Resort Casino. By the way, as I always do, the people at Seneca Metals, Mark Benjamin and Kyle Black, always promote events that are unique. They have what is called the Earth Day Sweater Share. It's coming up this Saturday, April 20th at 9 a.m. to noon. If you cannot make this time frame, call them to schedule a drop-off. Give that number as follows, 315-539-5624. That's at the Seneca Metals Educational Center, 1977 State Route 414 in Seneca Falls. Celebrate Earth Day by donating a never-worn sweater to veterans. So many of us have clothes in our closet that we've never worn. Now is the perfect time to pare down our winter wardrobes by sharing our never-worn sweaters with a deserving veteran. So if you have a sweater or two laying around your closet you've never worn before, get out to Seneca Metals this coming Saturday from 9 a.m. to noontime. No-use sweaters will be accepted. So you're trying to do something nice for veterans, which, of course, is a nice touch of class. Okay, we're back with Jon Lamanna here on the Weber Show on a Monday, a miserable, chilly Monday. Jon is playing in a couple of places the upcoming week. His schedule is a couple of gigs. We want to run it by you, so make sure you get out and support Jon wherever he's at, by the way. Ventosa Vineyards, do I need to say, but they're a great place to operate from. That's coming up this Wednesday in a couple of days, 6 to 9. He'll be at Ventosa Vineyards, and he'll obviously rock that place as well. And also this coming Saturday, next Saturday, 7 to 10 at the Waterside Wine Bar. And you told me that's a neat place as well, right, Jon?
Yeah, that's right here in Phelps, actually.
Good.
Really, really cool venue, great food.
Yep.
Everything.
So check it out. Wednesday, 6 to 9 at Ventosa. Coming up next Saturday, 7 to 10 at Waterside Wine Bar. Get out and support not only those establishments, but check out Jon. By the way, I would be remiss if I didn't say, have you gotten over Tiger Mania? I thought Tiger Woods was done in the world of professional golf. I posted on my Facebook page what an idiot I am, because he just won the Masters, his fifth. I mean, amazing. What an amazing tournament. You've got to give kudos. If you don't like Tiger, if you love him, you're going to be on cloud nine for another month, I guess, until the next major. But you got to give credit where credit is due. He played outstanding. He made the putts when he had to. You know, I felt kind of bad for Molinari. He hit the one on 15 into the water. It looked like me, Jimmy. It did. It looked like me chipping that thing. But I understand, Jimmy. Prove me if I'm wrong. Did they not hit a cone up in the tree on the way to the water on 15?
Molinari.
Yes, it did. Okay. I recall it. I'm not making fun of anybody because I'm not a good golfer. Jimmy knows that I have the loosest grip in golf. I'll tell you a quick synopsis, then we'll get back to Jon to play another song. I'm playing with Marv Serafino in the senior championship at the country club when I was a member, and I'll be going back as a member soon. Playing the fifth hole down there, straight away. Jim's familiar with it. Water on the left side of the green. I hit my drive pretty good. I hit a second shot just left of the water on the number 5 hole, maybe 5 yards behind the water. I was lying to it. It's a par 4. You know, chip, missed the putt. You got a 5.
Yep.
Marv Serafino is watching me, and I get over the chip. And the pin's cut this way close to me, and I'm thinking, okay, I could chip this over. And I looked up, blang, in the water.
Yeah.
That's 3 and 4, hitting 5. Boom, in the water. Long story short, I carded an 11. 11. By the way, I did not make the next couple days of the event. Marv said to me, why didn't you just hit it harder and get it 20 feet past the flag? Because I was trying to get cute with the shot at an 11. So I'm embarrassed, but I tell you the truth. I don't know if Jimmy Senecrobi's ever had an 11. Jimmy, what's your highest score in your career as a golfer?
I had 11s, 12s.
Okay, Jimmy had 11 or 12 to make me feel better. All right, Jon, you strummed one, and we're at the 20-minute mark after 3 o'clock. Introduce the next song you're going to play for us.
This one, let's see, going back to like the 80s rock stuff. These are both songs I've only been doing for a little while. I constantly change up my song list.
Sure.
Just because I don't want to look bored up there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Once you play a song 15, 20 times, unless people keep asking for it or whatever, which does happen a lot of the time, and that's great. That keeps me engaged. But if a song is starting to get kind of dull to me, then I'll swap it out, for a little while with something new. So this one was made famous by Poison. A song called Every Rose Has Its Thorn. I always I don't know. I've always had an affection for 80s rock.
I love it.
This song has been covered by a couple country artists as well. You'll notice it has kind of a country vibe.
Good.
As well. But yeah.
Here we go.
Good love song.
We both lie silent still in the dead of the night. Although we lie close together, we feel miles apart inside. Was it something I said or something I did? Did my words not come out right? No, I tried not to hurt you, tried. But I guess that's why they say every rose has its thorn. Just like every night it has its dawn. And just like every cowboy sings a sad song. Every rose has its thorn. Listen to our favorite song on the radio. Well, the DJ said on some game of easy come and easy go. But I wonder, does he know? Has he ever felt like this? Well, I know that you'd be here right now if I could let you know somehow. I guess every rose has its thorn, just like every night has its dawn, just like every cowboy sings a sad song. Has its thorn. Though it's been a while now, I can still feel so much pain. Like a knife that cuts you, the wound heals, but that scar remains. No, I could have saved a love that night if I'd known what to say. Instead of making love, we both made our separate ways. And now I hear you found somebody new, and I never meant that much to you. With a ear that tears me up inside, and I see you cuts me like a knife, I guess. Every rose has its thorn, just like every night has its dawn, just like every cowboy sings a sad song. Every rose has its thorn. Thank you guys.
I tell you.
Thank you guys.
That boy's got talent, so check him out, all right? He'll have a lot of gigs coming up the next several weeks. During the summer, obviously. Don't forget this week he's got a couple of gigs. Let me remind you, coming up on Wednesday, Ventosa Vineyards. Need I say more? It's a great location. John will be there between 6 and 9 performing. And then on Saturday, between 7 and 10 at the Waterside Wine Bar in Phelps, correct?
Absolutely.
So he'll be there, so check him out. And I'm sure he will dazzle the crowd. So, John, as you... coming off your back surgery, hopefully it'll mend quickly and you won't have so many problems, because I can't imagine. I've had a few back issues, not knock on wood, not too serious, but nothing worse than a sore back. Really, think about
terrible.
it. Really, I mean, but I hope that you can mend up, and I hope that you get, down the road without having any more of those issues, because it's just a pain. No pun indicated. It's a pain, really.
It is a pain, and I want to tell everybody out there listening, thank you so much for all your prayers. I had so many people message me and say, hey, man, you got this. You have, a lot left to do that you're going to need your body for. So I'm very thankful for all the support, and I'm believing that it's 100% healed.
Well, I know you have a lot of friends and a lot of fans and a lot of people to support you, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely, people lift you up. When you get down. So that's our job, is to do that. In return. So
it's funny you say that. Josh Grogan, the great singer.
Mm-hmm.
One of his all-time great hits that I kept it on my TV because I saw it. He was in doing something in Madison Square Garden, and he plays the song "Raise Me Up."
Yeah,
and I love that song.
Beautiful.
I absolutely love that song. Yeah. He thought about it, or wrote it, or decided to record it. He was in the back of a cab in Ireland, and it was a true story. And I love that song, "Raise Me Up." It's funny you mention that.
Yep.
Because when I love a song, I usually if I'm watching TV, I'll tape it and keep it up there, forever, for several months until I get tired of it.
Yep.
But I never get tired of "Raise Me Up."
Yeah,
well, listen, I appreciate you spending time with us. I wish you the best. I'm glad I got you on before I retired, which of course will be next week. But you're certainly, I'm sure Jimmy could get you back here on other types of shows. I'm sure Josh would love to have you, and I'm sure a lot of people would love to have you come in and perform. So continued success, okay?
Yes, you too as well, and congratulations on a great career.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. But you got to check out next week. We're going to have a lot of crying laughs. It's going to be hysterical.
I will.
And folks, we lead up to that. Next week, of course, will be the finale. People say, you're going to change your mind. No, we've come to this decision. And again, I started doing this stuff in 1969 for radio, and I joined WSFW. And everybody thought I worked there full time. My wife would get bugged every time. Your husband work at WSFW full time? No, he does. And the thing about radio is, Jim can refer to this. I would do a 30-minute sports show, and they take a couple minutes and play it at 12:15, and they take a couple more minutes of my 30-minute show and play it at 5:15. Yeah. So everybody heard the Weber guy that was on at 7:30, 12:15, and 5:30. So you assumed that I was at the studios all day long. Mm-hmm. Nothing farther from the truth. But it's been a great ride. I have no problems with my decision. I mean, if you're going to get out, why not do it at 50 years? So we've had a lot of fun. Next week we're going to have some really good laughs. I've been thinking about. I got to start writing up some of these ideas. Jimmy talks about when he used to listen to my show, cutting the grass, cutting the greens down at Seneca Falls Country Club. I mean, we go back, and there's a lot of history. And Jack DiPolito and Dave Barnick, they're going to have stories, some of the stupid stuff we did, some classic moments, and I'll try to recall. And Jim has asked me, and so many people ask me, we can't find the tapes. We have a lot of tapes. Yeah. I wish we could, because Jimmy could play some of that. They would be hysterical. But we're going to reminisce about some of the great calls that all of us have made as doing play-by-play. And I'm sure Jimmy's going to build up a treasure chest by doing a lot of the games for Finger Lakes One, which they did a great job this year. What, Jim, 43 events? Amazing, 43 events. I thought I did a lot. Yeah. I think we only did probably low 30s when we got really excited. I remember the first year we did football at WSFW Radio, we did 3 games. Wow. But of course the schedule got increasingly larger as the years went on. Sure. So join us again next week, folks. Thanks again, John. Join us next week. We got the finale, Jack DiPolito from Clyde, Dave Barnick from Ovid, Greg Cotterill. And again, I'm serious, Jim Senecropi will join us in the conversation and bring back some memories of my work in the broadcasting side of it. And literally, we're looking for Joe Houck. If somebody knows where Joe is, he was our stat guy for several years. He did a nice job. I always remember Joe because we'd stop and get burgers, and instead of getting 1, Joe ordered 2. Nice. He's a hungry boy. All right, John, continued success in your career.
Thank you.
Thanks again for coming in. For Jon Lamanna, this is The Dog along with Jimmy Senecropi. We'll catch you next week, baby. It's going to be a fun time. Don't miss it.